Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
And Nancy, you'll just need to let us know when you want us to play some of that video.
Okay, yeah. So Nancy, you'll let us know when you want Norm to play the video. Just
Yeah,
let him know.
I've got that as the last item. So there's 4 questions, and the 4th one, which is after Terrelba Park. Yeah. When
Okay.
Article speaks about Terrelba Park. Yeah.
Great. Alrighty, I'm going to mute my laptop. But you can talk to me on chat if you need to. Everything else is fine? We're all good?
Yep.
We're positioned okay. They can see both of us.
Yeah, Nancy will let you know when to play the video. It's at the end.
Okay.
Okay.
If you want to start screening it while we're talking about Terrelba Park, you can do that. Up to him. Terrelba Park? Yeah. Oh, but then it's not cutting off when we're still talking at the end, you know? Yeah. Yeah, see, this Melissa up here.
Which shall I text Elliot?
We've got 3 minutes. I'll let you know when we're on midday.
Or Arts Front Zoom host? Which one?
Pardon?
I'll introduce myself and I'll bring you in.
Okay. So you go first.
He's on Agent Tree, I think, Melissa.
Okay.
Excellent.
Or will I do it after? Because you're talking all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, Elliot.
See, I don't know which one he's on. I keep messaging different ones.
When you talk, you can do the acknowledgement then. Be good.
No, I'll get to I'll say maybe I should now.
Melissa, I think he's on Agent Tree.
He just messaged me.
I'll do the acknowledgement first. Then will I introduce myself then?
Yes.
Okay.
Around all the different ones.
Hi, Michelle. Hello. Sorry, I'm in a hotel on my way to Canberra, so.
Oh no, your life is just completely rearranged.
I know.
You're like, yeah, you'll have to have a little backpack and that's it.
So about 1 more minute.
Okay, we need to assign the captioner.
Elliot, can you hear me? Elliot or Busty?
They won't be able to see the park. Just kind of lean
Oh,
over
okay.
so they can-
Can you do it?
Yeah.
No, it needs to be the host.
Perhaps one of you ought to be co-host as well.
No, he's got a
It
co-host.
has to be the host.
Yeah, Lachlan's the first, but I.
Who's got?
Oh, okay, he's on to the captions now.
Right.
Okay.
Sorted.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's assigned them yet.
Looks like it's assigned to me.
Well, you can't type.
No.
Okay, I've got him now.
Hi.
Elliot's
Good morning, Artie Flo.
Morning, Nancy.
I would just like to welcome you here to the park today. But can you please do our acknowledgement, please?
I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, pay my respects to our elders, past, present, and emerging, and also to the ancestors who have paved the way to where we are today. My name is Flo Watson. I'm an auntie, an elder, a sister, a friend, a mum, a nana to many. My people are from the Kunganji people of Yarrabah in North Queensland. I also affiliate with the Wulgurukaba people of Magnetic Island and Townsville. Also, my mum was from the Stolen Generations, and I affiliate with the Kuki-Alangi people of Palmer River, Laura Maytown area. Those connections are testament to my cultural values, which I carry on my life's journey.
Thank you, Auntie Flo. My name is Nancy Bamiga. I'm from here in Brisbane. However, I'm come from Torres Strait Islands there, from Saibai Island, with the Athabu and Summer Clan of Saibai Island. Welcome everyone here today. Thank you, Auntie Flo, for that lovely acknowledgement. And I just wanted to ask you for today, Mum, about the Bringing Them Home report. Now, not many people would have heard about Bringing Them Home report. Can you just talk about and to our guests in terms of what that report was about and what made it, made the government, investigate in terms of that report?
In 1996, people, and one of them being Dr. Jackie Huggins, the co-author, went around the country and interviewed people from the Stolen Generations. There were over 1,000 people who were who told their stories and shared their stories. Then that report was handed down in 1997 to the Federal Parliament, the 26th of May 1997. Out of that report, there were 54 recommendations, and 3 of those recommendations have now been implemented.
That's fantastic. And I understand here in Brisbane, there's quite a few parks that are about Sorry Day parks at different locations throughout Brisbane. And of course, this was all through the Lord Mayor at the time, Mr. Sawley, Jim Sawley. And so can you, that which brings us to this special park where we are here, right here at Mitchelton, and it's called Turalba Park. Now, would you mind going into about how this particular park came about to be at this location and how it was implemented in terms of that being right here?
Well, when there were, as I was saying, there were 54 recommendations from that Bringing Them Home report, and only 3 were implemented. One of them being the establishment of LinkUp, Aboriginal Corporation, which does reunification of people from the Stolen Generations. The other one was for an apology, and that actually came in 2008. Then the other one was to have Sorry Day events that are placed around the country. So on the 26th of May 1998, exactly a year after the report was handed down, we launched Turalba Park here. My good friend and I, Amy Atkins, along with the Lord Mayor at the time, Jim Sawley, and there were thousands and thousands of people that we have had here. So since then, and then the Lord Mayor at the time, he also identified 5 other sites around Brisbane, and those sites were identified being close to homes, orphanages where the Stolen Generations were taken, and near here was the Enoggera Boys Home, where children were taken. So this was the closest plaque that we could get. So we commemorate that every year.
Wow, that's just an amazing story with you and Auntie Amy, and of course Dr. Jackie Huggins being at the participated in the actual report.
Yep.
Now going back to this particular park, so what would you normally happens here at this location?
So every year on the 26th of May, we have a dawn ceremony. Crowds are now getting bigger and bigger. Last year we had 500 people turn up. And what we do is we have schools involved, organisations, politicians come along, and we do the song "Took the Children Away" by Archie Roach. Then we have young children reading the plaque, and then we have Torres Strait Island involvement, and basically many people just come along, and then we have speeches, and yes, that's a great ceremony. And after that, then we go and have a bit of a sausage sizzle, and everybody networks and talks, and we have fun. But as a result of that, you know, we've had many schools, organisations asking us to go and talk to the students about Sorry Day and how it came about. Yeah.
That's absolutely fantastic. You know, the whole thing of reconciliation and understanding the truth, the whole thing around truth telling, to engage everybody around the history of this country. I think that's an amazing thing that you've done. You know, I just wanted to congratulate you, Zach, you know, what you and Auntie Amy, because I know you've got personally, have done, you know, amazing women. And just to have, you know, with all the sorry business within that, you know, in terms of your history and first. Now, that amazing event that happened back in 2000, the actual Sorry Day March itself, wasn't that just incredible?
Yeah.
Now, I just wanted to hear from you how you felt on that day and who was there that you might have known. And, you know, I understand there was like 70,000 odd people there. Can you tell us a bit about how you felt that day?
Yeah, it was just, oh, geez, it was just an amazing day. As you said, there were over 70,000 people who were there. People from all walks of life, and we went from Musgrave Park over William Jolly Bridge, and my granddaughter Brooke Scott and her best friend Rada Foley, they led the march, and the walk went over William Jolly Bridge, went up to King George Square. Then we we laid wreaths, and we had celebrations, and then after that we went down to the Botanical Gardens and celebrated for the night. It was people from everywhere, and on the sky was a big sorry thing, and it was just amazing. Every one of us cried, and we hugged each other, and there were people that you didn't think wanted to be part of this process and to say sorry, and everyone kept saying sorry. So it was an amazing day. I can still remember it now, but many of the old people have left, and people have been part of that process in the past.
Now, Auntie Flo, so in terms of like where we are now, in terms of when you reference those recommendations, you know, do you think much has happened in terms of change coming about from that march from 2000?
Well, after the march, I felt myself personally a lot of things were happening, a lot of reconciliation. I was actually the founding member of Reconciliation Queensland, and we launched that in 1996. So we worked together and did a lot of reconciliation events throughout the state. But after the apology, when the apology was 2008, when Kevin Rudd at the time, the Prime Minister at the time, apologised. The Healing Foundation was formed after the apology, and I believe that all the strategies that they're working with children, and you know, you still got that intergenerational trauma, and we have a lot of counselling services, and there's actually project now, the healing strategies throughout Queensland that's going on, and we're working with two beautiful ladies. And a few weeks ago, we went around and had a big yarning circle with some elders up in Yarrabah, and that was all new to them because all that technology. But some of the strategies around it, and it's all stemmed from the Bringing Them Home report, was to listen to their stories, share their stories, maybe do a book, maybe if we can get ourselves a bus and go around and talk to all the other elders. And we do a lot of work with the schools and things like that. So, but for me, I still think we still have a lot of overcrowding in our communities. Our unemployment rate is still 10 times the national average. Incarceration rates are still pretty high. So we've still got a long way to go. But I still believe a lot of positive things have happened.
That's just so amazing. So I just wanted to go back again to in terms of yourself. So you're still getting involved with Jackie Huggins. What are you and Jackie working on?
We've just finished doing the Path to Treaty workshops throughout Queensland. Jackie was on the eminent panel there along with Michael Lavarge, and they presented that to the Queensland Parliament. So we'll see where we're going to from there. Still do a lot of reconciliation action plans. Actually did the one for the Commonwealth Games, so working on that. And a lot of schools have now, have asked us to do the raps with them. So a lot of things are happening. Still doing a lot of cultural awareness training. Actually doing a huge one tomorrow. So, and all on Zoom.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that's just amazing. Well, I'm so glad to be here with you
Thank
today,
you.
Annie Flo. And it's, I've observed you over the years in
Thank
terms
you.
of your contribution to the wider community, having worked with a lot of organisations. I think my favourite one is when you were at the Eldon residence at Aboriginal Centre for Performing Arts, and you had an amazing time there, and the difference that you created for our young people. So if you were talking to those same young people and to the future, what do you say the next step in reconciliation?
Look, it was an amazing time there at the Aboriginal Centre for Performing Arts. I'm now their patron. That was when I was the elder in residence, and working with the children there and all the cultural stuff that we did, with Auntie Jeanette and Uncle Viv and Uncle Country, and getting the students involved. And they were from everywhere around the country, and getting them involved in events and cultural awareness and taking them out, but seeing them perform like Baker Boys from Denzel. He's from
right.
ACPA.
That's right.
He's an ACPA student.
Say hello to Baker Boy.
Yeah. And it was amazing when we interviewed him that first day, and to see where he is now, what he's done. And he's got that Young Australian of the Year, and we're just so very proud of what he's done.
Yes. And I think it's important, like for those young people, to see an elder like yourself, and when you talk about and you were able to then also see the good in those young people.
Yeah, always.
And then and hopefully that like when we come in contact with the young people, that we're creating that positivity, in terms of them, taking us forward as young people, as Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, into the future.
And I still see them all performing, and that just tears at the heart to see how fantastic they've done. Like Leah's from it there, Leah Purcell.
That's right.
Yes. Them. So, with the acting, the singing, and the dancing, it's just amazing how they all work together. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, that was great. It was just wonderful times, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And our friends that were there at that time, some of them unfortunately no longer with us. But they've left their mark here with us, and everybody just needs to take it forward from here on, especially the future generations. And we'd like to also, in terms of these significant dates this week, we've got Sorry Day happening tomorrow at Turalba Park, visually on virtual is the word, virtual online.
Yep.
And that's kicking off at what time?
7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yes.
We've got a video that we've done, and which brings everything into account, and then we've got call out for people to do the pledge and to be part of our committee and work with us when we go out to different places. Yeah.
And so, Annie Flo, what are the other two significant dates that we've got coming up this week?
Okay, so 27th is referendum day. That's when we became citizens of our country for the first time, and I remember that well. It's also the start of Reconciliation Week. The theme for this year is In This Together.
Yes.
And of course, that great day of the 3rd of June, Mabo Day. Yeah.
Yes. So we
it's
go,
a big
everyone.
week. Mm.
So Taralva Park, you can check them out on Facebook.
Yep.
And where else?
Websites.
Taralva
How about
Park
website?
Stolen Generation Support Committee on Facebook and also the website. Please go along there and support them. This is they're going virtual tomorrow and Mabo Day on the 3rd of June. And it's going to be just a beautiful week with all those historical dates. You know,
Yeah.
we've got something to celebrate here right now, Reconciliation Week. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you to Arts Front, Busty Beats, our social media person for Mabo Day.
Thank you.
Eso, Hima, Eso.
Lovely. Thank you.
There are a couple of questions if you want to take
Yes,
the questions.
yes, of course.
So one of the questions is, how can people staying at home because of COVID-19 recognise Sorry Day tomorrow?
Well, come in, look at our live streaming. We've got that starting at 7 o'clock. It'll be it's a video that we've done of all some performances, Jeanette's performing, and also Bangara, David Page's song Okas. One of our beautiful ladies from ACPA is doing that performance. Uncle Archie Roach singing, took the children away, and some of the students came here and to read the plaque. And then after that, we're doing a call out for people to say the pledge, join and
Can you
join
tell
the
us
committee.
about the pledge?
Okay.
Yeah.
The pledges that came out of the recommendations from the Bringing Them Home report. So I've actually got it there. So will I read it? I can't read it. I forget. So
Is it in the bag?
it's in the big bag there. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. I think I only heard it once when I come here
Okay.
a couple years back, but from 300 to 500 people gathering here when that event was happening the last time I was here. That's just amazing. So there seems to be a lot of goodwill around reconciliation, and I think as a nation, you know, that thing around truth telling and coming together and celebrating is really important as a nation.
So this is the pledge. I pledge my support towards the fulfilment of the 54 recommendations of the Bringing Them Home report, as well as ensuring Indigenous Australians the equality, justice and human rights to which they are entitled to. And also to support us, you can take the pledge, record it, share it on Facebook or leave a comment, read the Bringing Them Home report that's on our website and advocate for its recommendations and for its implementation, and also join and become a member. So,
That's awesome. Thanks. Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Any other questions, Elliot?
Nothing at the moment.
So how has it been with having to be under like the COVID restrictions? Has that had any effect on what's been going on for Reconciliation Week?
Oh, it has, isn't it? Yeah, so that's what we're doing, all this, you know, virtual. So Reconciliation Week's doing theirs. They actually launched theirs on Saturday, 1 o'clock. Then tomorrow we're doing ours, and then from 1 till about 3, one of our committee members, Ross Williams, will be working with Dr. Mary Graham, talking about caring for country. And so there's a lot going on, yeah. And only virtually, because of the virus. Usually we're all together, and about 400 or 500 of us turn up here, and we have a great day. Yeah. And all the sites do.
Yeah.
And Link Up Aboriginal Corporation is on from 10 o'clock tomorrow. They're doing theirs virtual too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very, I see that like for the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community, you worked really fast and really well to move straight over onto that online
I know.
platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just say we're good at adapting.
They've
like,
been
I guess
challenging. Yeah.
it's great, eh, Mum?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like we've had sorry business thing happening, but even that had to go online, which is unfortunate. But however, we have to move with the times. Do what we can. Otherwise, we don't have any closure. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Norm has asked what the memorial says and where you're sitting.
But
Mum, you want to?
what was that?
I know
What's
it's
the
just
memorial?
Memorial.
this here.
Yep.
I
This
think-
The one down there.
this was launched. This was established on 26th of May 1998, and it was also at all the other sites around Brisbane. There was one at King George Square, Wynnum, Kalinga Park, and other
Orly,
places,
isn't it
Orly,
Orly?
and Sherwood Park. So it just this one's here. Is the apology, I think. Yeah, that's the apology that was done in 2008, and this is about where they took the children away. Our souls will cry no more. We are now going home.
Excellent. No other questions? Anything else you'd like to add?
Look, once again, as Auntie Flo was saying before, just go on the Turalba on Facebook page. Please check it out. Participate. Put comments up there if you want to participate in the taking the pledge. I think it's really important. As we said, there were 54 recommendations, and some of those still other recommendations are yet to come.
Yeah.
So this is about teaching everybody what the history is about, and so go on there and read this that report, which is on the website on the Travel Park page as well. Yeah, check out Mabo Day Facebook page as well. June 3, we've got some virtual events happening as well. Come and check it out. And as I said, this week is very important, and the whole of Australia should be listening to this. And this is about our healing journey and being acknowledged and recognised as first peoples of this country. Yes, sir.
So I think it's a journey of healing and how we do that. Yeah. It's wonderful.
Look, thank you, everyone. Thank you for the questions. And I hope you guys will be participating. And yeah, it's business as usual. Otherwise, everyone's online. Right? Thank you.
That was lovely.